Hey guys, Michael here, Flo. Waiting for Andrew and Patrick to join me. So how's everyone this evening on a Saturday night, a night before Valentine's? Oh, there's my boys. Easter. Uh oh, I hear somebody coming on. There's Drew and there's Patrick. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
There's Andrew.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
I can hear you, brother.
Patrick, can you hear me?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh. But can you guys see me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. So what's up? What's up, fellas?
All right, doing good.
All right, there's my
Good
boy
to see
Drew.
you, Patrick. Good to
Likewise,
see you, Flo.
Andrew. Likewise, man. So you got all the tech
So
stuff
what is
worked out?
up,
How much of a
my
delay
fellas?
is it?
Toast to my friends.
Come again?
A toast to
Oh.
my friends.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Toast, brothers. So we're
So
supposed
how
to be
did this-
streaming live right now.
No. Hey, everybody.
Hey
Whoever's
guys.
on.
Yeah. Not sure if anyone's on yet, but so how's everyone this evening?
Good.
Yep, same here, man.
Just got through making dinner.
Right on what you cook.
Okay.
We had some fried chicken cutlets with some pasta that Kim made, which was amazing, and asparagus.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sounds nice.
Nice.
yeah. We like cooking, so.
Right on.
Well, good. And you said you're going to cook for us the Thursday we're there, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys can turn on your comments, but someone's already asking, "What's up, gentlemen?" Don't know
Hello.
who it is, but anyway. So guys, let's share some stories back from Peawood. So
here we go.
I want to go ahead and bring up. Yeah, I don't know, Patrick, if you've watched any of the shows, but we had Jeannie and Fanchon on. They're twirlers, and we're talking a lot about our band days.
All right.
And I told them, and I said that I remember that we would host sometimes an after game dance for the opposing bands, and vice versa. When we went there, they did the same thing. And I don't know how I became DJ, but I was DJing some of the stuff, and I said, guess what, Patrick? When I played some kind of hip hop song, which you requested, of course, your ass is on stage lip singing to that damn song. I don't know if you remember or not. Do you remember?
I don't. It sounds vaguely familiar. Was that a home game? I guess so. If you're DJing,
it was a home game. I was a home game, and it was Coronado too. And I was telling them, back then we were listening to hair bands, Motley Crue, AC/DC. And all of a sudden, these kids from Coronado bring me these albums. And they was like, hey, play this song. I'm like, what? Okay. And it was the B-52's Rock Lobster. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? No, my dad didn't dance. No, but what do you expect from Coronado, right?
Wow.
But those were a little fun. They were, we enjoyed them, so that's a memory I have of you, and plus, I've got a couple more.
Right. Yeah, that's
it was fun.
I hadn't thought about that. Probably since that happened. That's so funny that you mentioned that. I do remember that at one of those it was a dance, and now I'm realizing that it was a band dance that I heard the B-52s for the first time. So that was
Yeah.
he was the party.
I was like,
That's
what
great.
the
That's
hell?
great.
And, then,
Wow.
and there's a part of the song when it says get down or get low. Anyway, they all got on their back and kicked their feet up. I'm like, what?
Rock
I
lobster.
said, man, yeah. I said, I gotta just break this album. I'm like, what the hell? But now I like the B-52s, you know?
Right.
Go.
Yeah, that's
That
great.
was-
That's great. Yeah, I had forgot.
Yeah.
I remember that those band parties. I totally forgot that we had those and how that was for me. Opportunity, to be unchaperoned as it were. My dad wasn't around, looking over my shoulder, and get to meet some other students. And so that was fun times for me.
Yeah, it was, and yeah, those are good times. But that's for some reason that's the only one I remember is when I DJ'd, and then you did your lip sync, on the stage, and I don't remember which song it was, but it was definitely could have been what's that one big one in the '80s? Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah, Rapper's Delight. Yeah, that could have been very well it. Yeah. That was,
Yeah, could have been. Yeah. So
that's funny you mentioned that about hearing different songs, and I remember that I used to tune into the Texas Tech station on Sundays because that's when they played. I guess they called it soul music back then. So that's when I would, have my boom box, try to get the antenna set up right, so that I could, drop that cassette and get those latest hits. The Michael Jacksons, the Luther Vandross,
yeah,
Always the smooth character.
Yeah.
Smooth
We weren't getting
criminal.
that on KVOP, right? Remember our AM station?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got to our, go ahead,
Say
Ben.
again, Mike?
No, I said when I got into hip hop, I started listening to Kumo D. Who else? Curtis Blow. I mean, man, I was enjoying a lot of their music back in the day.
Yeah.
But of course, I think when me and Drew hung out, we would listen to hard rock all the time. I
Pretty
don't think
much,
we ever
yeah.
got soft, did we?
Mhm.
No.
And then you remember MAD, right? Mad. Drew.
Of course. The
And,
greatest band
yeah, we
never made it.
exactly. Me and Andrew and Danny Perez will be either my house or Andrew's house. And I remember we had a tennis racket, a BB gun, a bat, and we would just lip sync that. And man, we were rocking and rolling, without,
Mad, okay,
that's why-
okay. I'm a little slow.
Aldo
Okay.
Nova.
oh yeah. But we the one we really did well was that April Wine, Harder Faster.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we played
But,
a lot of Kiss
anyway.
music too.
Oh yeah, and we did.
You were
So
Peter
absolutely,
Criss.
guys. Yes, I was, and Danny was Ace. Who were you, Gene or a? No, Danny was Paul. Either so you were what, Ace or Gene?
I think I was Gene. I don't remember.
Yeah, many years ago, huh?
What about
40 plus years ago.
Which remember those the spring band trips we take, like the Corpus Christi a couple of times. I don't know if you guys were still rolling with the band strong, like our senior year. But we did I led a lip sync for the Time. Cool, because that's what the senior
Morris Day and the Time.
Like one of the nights before we came back, we did that Buccaneers Day parade. So one of those nights they threw parties in someone's room, and we did that Morris Day and the Time. Cool.
There's two big songs. What were they? The Bird.
Right?
Right?
Well, yeah, they had more than a couple of big songs, but I'll give you a pass. The ones that they came out with were Cool, COOL, and then probably the walk or something like that at the time. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just remember the bird and what was the other one? But I can't recall. But that was a good band. I enjoyed it. So uh, anyway, and then of course I think we discussed at our reunion last year that car wreck that we were in my Trans
yeah.
Am coming back from a basketball game. And
Patrick's
what
broken
I
nose.
think you remember, yeah, we had whiplash, and I got to let everyone know that when I think Andrew, you and I may have worn the neck braces, may or may not, but Patrick,
Uh, you
he
you're
knew
cutting
we
out.
had it, and in band he would say, "Flo." I'm like, "What? Can you do this?" Oh yeah. So he would say, "Flo, can you do this?" I'm like, "No, man." And then once we find out he broke his nose, I was like, "Pat, can you do this?" So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But anyway,
crazy
that was
times.
an adventure.
So-
That was an adventure for sure.
So Pat, tell us a little about our reunion. How'd you enjoy it, brother? Because that was your first one, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. That was the first reunion that I was able to make. So I was really excited about the opportunity to come back. Hadn't been back to Plainview. I think I told many folks if I had a chance of one-on-one with you. Probably, let's call it 30, 35 years. So it was a lot for me coming back in terms of wow, I get to see some friends that I hadn't seen in a while. Obviously, since most of y'all since graduation, and then being back in Plainview, period. So that was I had an absolute blast. I had an absolute blast, man.
I'm glad you did. What made you move to the San Francisco? That's where you moved to
so,
and stayed, correct?
Right, exactly. I went to UNT, North Texas State at the time when we were around in college age, and I left. I dropped out of North Texas after my daughter was born, and then I started working in Dallas with Sprint. And then there was an opportunity for a new position in the sales office, a new national position that they wanted me to head up. So I said, I'd come out here to take that on. I actually had been trying to get to Atlanta, Kansas City, but those promotions never came through. So when they came to me with the Bay Area or San Francisco specifically, I was like, they have Hills, there's the 49ers and trolley cars. I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess I can deal with that for a while. And my plan was to be here a few years, make some money, check out a new area, get married, move back to Texas for a pay raise because the cost of living was different. And 32 years later, here I am, so.
That's cool. And Andrew, you lived there. You lived in the Bay Area as well.
I did. I packed my bags one night after living in Amarillo and doing some nefarious things. Decided to change the ways.
Get out of town, get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Now,
I figured California was as good as it.
Did you not have a job? You just went out there?
No, just packed my bags and left.
Damn, brother, that's a big ass. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no skills. I had no skills. I was waiting in bartending and started out doing that, but then I took a job as a drain cleaner. Had no idea what it was. Even at the interview, my boss was at the end. I turned around and I said, by the way, what is it we do? He said, you're going to work out just fine. And that's pretty much how my plumbing career started.
That's cool.
I didn't even know what a pipe wrench was.
Luckily in my first career I was able to travel quite a bit, and I went there and went to visit you and your ex-wife Drew, and had hung out with you guys one day, and the same for Patrick too. One of my trips, I had you meet me at I don't know what the name of the bar was, I don't remember, but we hung out, so it was a fun time. Then I think you guys hung out once or twice. So
yeah, I went out to California to see my daughter and see Patrick, and we hung out for a little while. I think we went out and had dinner, right?
Yep, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So,
we
that's
had,
cool.
we had linked up before, just as you were leaving the Bay Area from when you had, after I guess originally had moved out here, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I honestly don't remember that, but
Well,
pretty
yeah. Well,
it
then,
sounds like something we would do.
yeah. Well, let me share that then, because it was a very strange coincidence that we linked up. A buddy of mine that went to school in North Texas had
Oh,
followed
that's
me out here
right.
a few years, and he was telling me about this great plumber that he had. And as he was talking with him, he found out he was
No
from,
way.
yeah. He's like, you should know. I'm like, if he's from Plainview, I know him. It's like, well, yeah, his name is Andrew. I'm like, so heck yeah. So
Get
we
out
linked
here.
up. Yeah, and that was like, I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad to connect with you, Andy. He's like, well, it's bittersweet, man, because I'm leaving tomorrow or next week or whatever, going to wherever you left from after here, you know.
That's right. What was that guy's name?
Deepak.
Deepak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I was so
Tupac?
I was
I knew Tupac?
so green and
Used to get
funny
called
at that point. I still had no clue what I was doing.
All right. Well, let's just say your work went into and this was 8 years ago, went into like a $2.2 million sale. So whatever you did, and I don't remember him having to do any more plumbing. You did a good job. So.
Jeez. And then you guys, well,
There's
both of you
something
guys
wrong
during
with my
that
audio.
80. Okay. It's okay, man. I mean, we can hear you.
Audio's cutting in and out.
It's probably me, because I told you guys I live out in the country.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but
Well, yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, Randy Green.
We can hear you.
Yeah. And Michael,
What's up,
Yeah, I
you're
saw that.
you saw it, Michael, on my side. There's a inevitable lag, just because of the technology, but you haven't dropped or choppy or anything. Andrew,
Okay,
there's
good.
a bit on your side, maybe. Yeah.
Were you guys there during the '88 earthquake? Was it the '88 when the Oakland A's were playing in the World
89.
Series and '89? Okay, were you guys? I know Patrick, you were there. What about you, Drew? Were you there?
yeah, I was there. I was
And-
I was actually coming home from work, and
Oh shit!
I took the exit to go to Livermore, and I look over, and all these people are running out of this AM/PM, which is like a convenience store. Patrick knows what it is, and I thought, oh great, they're getting robbed. And then my truck started shimmying like this, and then I thought, oh shit, now my front end's going out. And when I got home, my then girlfriend was standing in the doorway and just terrified. And I'm like, what's going on? She said, oh my God, we just had a major earthquake. So
Yeah, the Oakland was it the Oakland Bridge? That's the one that was a two tier and the top dropped.
yeah, the Bay Bridge collapsed, and that's the same time the MacArthur Freeway, huh, Pat?
Exactly. Yeah, I was still in Texas. I moved out there in '92, but obviously,
Okay.
big event. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So the Cypress, which is a connector from Oakland, that then turns west and goes back into the Bay Bridge of San Francisco. That also was a double decker, and that's where most of the deaths were, because there was a longer section than the Bay Bridge, as you talked about.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That one piece that fell like this, it was. I came out, like I said, in '92, and then and that was 1 year after the big Oakland Hills fire. So there was still, they're still recovering from both of those, and then they had the Northridge earthquake, and by that time I'd experienced my own, and I knew that those things were very, very serious.
Yeah. Man, I don't know how many lives they lost, but then they're shooting the live feed from the World Series, and like all the players and their families were in the middle of the field, just it was anyway. Well, that sucked. But
hey, Patrick, just
Oh,
food for thought. So I heard this prediction's coming, April 8th. There's supposed to be like a major San Andreas Fault earthquake.
Okay.
So head for the high ground come April 8th.
Okay, why April 8th?
It's just the date that's predicted.
Okay.
Don't ask me where I got it because you think I'm a kook.
Okay, well, I won't. I wouldn't want to think of you as a kook, so I won't ask then.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So,
Just want you to
Patrick,
be safe, brother.
who did you enjoy seeing at the reunion? Who'd you like? I mean, of course, everyone, but anyone stand out?
Hey, the audio's cutting out again.
I said, Patrick, who at our 40th reunion last year? I know you enjoyed seeing everyone, but is any like a couple people that just stood out and like really, really enjoyed seeing them?
I don't know that of the everyone that was at the reunion. I thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with each and every one, and saying what, if anything, about people that I knew from Plainview that stood out. It was actually getting to see two people that weren't at the reunion, and they were my neighbors and then my best friend. So Anthony Alexander, who was with us until I think high school, and then he fell back. He was just a little bit around the corner from me. And then Braxton, my boy Braxton. So we saw him at the house. Yeah. So those two, because I spent outside of class time and our other activities with school, those are the two cats that my neighborhood cats that I hung out with a majority of the time. So I'd say that those two were probably the if there was a second of time that I enjoyed better would be with them. But other than that, everyone else had a great time. It was just like being able to see faces and talk to people that I hadn't talked to in freaking must have 40 outside of YouTube, 40 years outside of YouTube.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, Drew, you've been to a couple, 2-3 unions, and
I think
there was a lot
you're
of first timers that showed up.
Oh, there you go. I didn't hear a thing.
I said,
said.
But anyway, the house, that was a pretty sweet ass house that we stayed in.
Yeah,
that president's house.
That was a great idea you guys had. That was a great Party Central headquarters location for everyone, and we made good use of it.
Thursday night, we had a good time there. I did.
Mm-hmm.
That's for damn sure. I had too much fun Thursday night. But, all right, let's see. We'll try to think any more memories. I remember at a graduation, as we're, called out, each of us was called out to receive our diploma. Patrick, you remember that little spin Michael Jackson move you did on the stage?
Yep, I sure do. Yeah, that was me fighting against the man. Mr. Beach had gave us the what for about acting up. So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you going to do now? There's nothing. So what did you decide? Go ahead.
I was going to say, these days, the administrations have gotten smart, and they will give you just a certificate to just in case you do something against, you violate one of the rules, and you pick up your actual diploma later. Because I'm not saying I'm the cause of that. It happens these days.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were the reason why, Pat. Probably you were the reason. So it was pretty cool. So, what else? What do you guys want to talk about? Drew? We want to talk about the big wedding that's coming up?
I can't hear you guys. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. What about the big wedding? Still can't hear me, brother?
How about my side, Andrew? Can you hear me?
Huh? Andrew?
Hey, I'm going to try to hook back up because I can't hear anything you guys are saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool
no.
seeing Braxton, Patrick.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Yeah.
really enjoyed seeing, and I haven't seen William since high school. I mean, yeah, that's the first time I've seen him in
Mm-hmm.
40 plus years.
Yeah.
So he looked good.
Came home. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I made it. I was his best man at his wedding, like the summer of, I guess that would have been 84. Yeah, like a year later. So I came home for that. And then I came home for a funeral, and I saw him then. And then this was the third time since high school that I've had a chance to link up with him. You know, short but sweet but short. You know, so.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I
Drew?
wish you would have
back?
made to the reunion, but
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
can you hear
now.
us?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, before it sounded
So-
like your voice was being synthesized.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as you came on.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, right on.
So-
Well, go ahead, Mike.
So
What's
what I was asking you earlier, Drew, is your wedding, which is 30 minutes. So
if it's
are
30
you ready
minutes,
for
we're in
the
trouble.
for the wedding?
Yeah, we're pretty well prepared. We've got pretty much everything done. I made this little arbor thing that we're going to get married under. Today we both went in the garage and stained it.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So
Oh, cool.
yeah, we're
So
we're at the point now where we're trying to prepare for any unforeseen incidents.
I don't know. We had the class of '81 on there last week, and they mentioned Willie McGee about a story, the incident they had with Willie McGee, and I said, "Oh, I got one too." I said, Andrew and Danny and we snuck out my house and we walked from, east of Quincy, and we went to some girls' house. Went to some girls' house with some girls were there, and then about 2:00 in the morning, we're walking back, and we, for some reason, we're on the high school parking lot near the band hall. I mean, we literally could touch the wall of the band, and we ran across the street. And then we went to the store, that corner store, and all of a sudden Willie comes in and he finds all three of us. He goes, "Guys, meet us to the back." I'm like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" And he saw us run across the street. So of course he's like, "What were you guys doing at the high school?" "Oh, we weren't really at the high school, sir." "What were y'all doing?" I said, "Well, we went and snuck out and hung out with some girls, and we were just coming back home." And he looked at Andrew and me, and he goes, I know y'all's dads." I'm like, "Ah, shit." But he let us go. He goes, but he did say, he goes, if anything, we find out anything was broken in one of the, in the high school, you guys are the first people we're going to come to. So I'm like, oh, so we're scared shitless. So 2 weeks later, my dad walks in. He goes, "Hey," I'm like, "What's up, Dad?" Willie McGee talked to me. I'm like, "Oh, fuck." And sure enough, he told Willie what we did. My dad pulled out his belt and whooped my ass. But I'm like, "Dad, we were just visiting girls." So, but that was a fun evening. But I can't believe we walked that long. But hell, we were young back then. So,
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Can you imagine that? We'd have a freaking heart attack today.
shit.
That's so funny. When we were at Lakeside, actually, when we were in 6th grade, and as a drummer, we just had the snare drum, so I had that. My folks bought me the older, cheaper, old school, like a big square box for the drum versus the sleek little kit that came with it. Nonetheless, we would walk from Lakeside to my house over there on 21st Street. And at the time, it seemed like it was a marathon. I'm like, man, they got us walking with these big ass drums. They could come pick us up. On one of those trips, subsequent trips to Plainview after graduation, Braxton and I were just walking and talking. And before you know it, bam, I'm like, oh, no wonder my folks didn't come pick us up. This is not report at all. So that was like, oh wow, okay. Now walking to the high school, that would be a trek. That would take a little longer, and that I would actually cut through cut through the lake by head up there by where you guys used to live, Andy, down what's that road right there in front of the school? Go back out of that way.
Lexington.
Yeah, Lexington. Slide Lexington, and then at some point cross the tracks up there and then head on.
By the bowling alley.
Yeah. Well, that was the long way. There was a cut through.
Oh, there was a cut through.
Yeah, there was a cut through. Yeah, we didn't trek all the way. That's funny you bring that up. One of the things I did when I was in Plainview was I took that route. I was just driving around, just like, man, flashback. So I took that route. And it's a dirt road, so I was just, easing my way through there. And then I look up, I was like, I'm not expecting the bowling alley to be there at all. I'm like, wow, the freaking building is still there. That's cool. Yeah, I was like, I see, a little graffiti on the back. Okay, yeah, it's just the building's still there. All right. So I pull up on whatever, so I guess that's Quincy. Make the left, and the freaking bowling alley is open. I'm like, oh, I'm going in there. I'm freaking going in there. So
this is last year, the reunion.
Yeah, the reunion, exactly. So I head in there, and the owner was in there, and they've remodeled it. So I told him, I grew up here, blah, 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 here for the reunion. He said, well, let me show you something. So he pulled up on the big screens there, like his photos of when they were remodeling. So I got to see the freaking old freaking bowling alley. The lanes are still there. They cut down the number of lanes. They made it they put a pro shop in. They made some changes where the arcade was at. But still, it was like real, just like flashback, like I'm right there looking at freaking,
nice.
1982, it was a trip.
Yeah. There's a story. I won't mention the two guys, but back then, people smoked pot and shit like that. And back, they would call if he wanted to smoke dope, hey, let's go bowling, because they had a bowl. Well, at the bowling alley, they had a banner said, let's go bowling. And these two guys, again, I won't mention the names, stole the banner and put it over the 5th Street overpass over there on I-27 and 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Put it over the overpass. But I was like, what the hell?
So you have inside story, because how are you connected to the bowling guys that sold the sign? I guess they told you this, huh? And you're just protecting your source?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, source.
Where's Drew?
Oh, he just got back. Yeah.
Sorry, but it's all good. So,
all right.
But so so what's everyone drinking tonight? Drew, what you drinking, brother?
Malibu rum and
don't
Coke.
say damn, that's sweet. Pat?
Yeah, I know.
I have a little bourbon, Evan Craig.
Yeah, I'm doing a little Jim Beam diet.
Okay.
I've really got into old fashions lately. Oh, those are good, but they're too sweet though for me. But I enjoy those. But it takes a long time to make them. So
yeah,
definitely we'll have some old. Yeah, it is because I put a sugar cube in there and muddle it with bittersweet, and then I put I forgot those cherries are called, those expensive cherries.
Maraschino.
It's a damn. That's it. And that's a damn good drink though. I think that shit's what put me in the hospital 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I did.
You might want to stay away from that.
I haven't drank one since then. I didn't have AFib. It was called something else, almost AFib. My heart was beating like 130 times, so I had to go. Someone said vodka and topo. I don't know who wrote that.
Yeah, the Tika Topo.
Yeah,
little
Topo Chico.
Mexican seltzer soda, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, it just comes through. I guess if you're not logged into
cheers
Facebook,
to vodka and topo.
Yeah,
whoever that is.
It just says Facebook user. I think we would have to log in to connect this app to Facebook to see who's in there. Welcome, classmates. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers again.
What else? I guess that's joining as well. Yeah.
But yeah, man. This
could turn out to be the drinking channel.
Saturday nights.
Yeah. And then, hey, Patrick,
Oh
you and
shit.
we can start another chain.
Okay, let's go bowling. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh, and we're all here pushing 60. Well, hell, Andrew, you're still 58 though.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't be
Oh
59
man.
till August.
Yeah, and then a few days, month later, I'll be 60. So
Yeah.
you and Hippolito have those late birthdays. I think Hippolito's like September 30th, and he'll turn 59. So you guys are the
Yeah.
young pups.
My dad
So-
had to do some lobbying to get me into Pee Wee League because I was still 5.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you and I first met on the Pirates. I
Yeah.
think that's the first time we met. I was, of course, 11. You were 10. And speaking of the Pirates, I was a badass team, but Alton Senior. I mean, they think he won 4 or 5 championships in a row.
Yeah.
And had like a 30 game winning streak.
Mm.
And do you remember Farrah Fawcett? I'm not talking about the actress Farrah Fawcett, but do you remember our Farrah Fawcett?
I do not.
Probably don't.
What's that?
Remember that pole and we fuck up? We had that pole we had to run to across the field by 11th Street and hug it. And there was one kid. There's one kid they forgot about him. So he's hugging this telephone pole or pole off of Columbia and 5th and 11th Street.
Yeah.
He was there for like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So I'm pretty sure all these cars are driving by like, why is that kid hugging on that pole? And then Allison goes, so he remembered, just come on back. Oh man.
Yeah.
Little League was fun.
It was fun. It was
So-
a lot of fun. I still, one of the greatest memories. One of my greatest memories was, I don't know if you were on the team. I think you had moved on to junior Babe Ruth. But we were playing for the city championship, and we had gone into 9 innings. And, Pee Wee was 6 innings. And it was 16-16. And we were up to bat. Somebody flied out, somebody grounded out, and then I came up, and Durwood Billington was the pitcher. And it came down to a 3-2 count, and then he tried to blow one by me, and I just cranked it. That's one of my greatest memories. Yeah.
Shit.
Did you
Whenever
guys,
we were, go ahead, Pat.
did you ever see that? It was sorry, Andrew, but that just reminds me of this commercial that was I think it was a cable commercial. It was like Peaked in High School Maddie or something like that. It's like the guy was, he was stuck with the wired cable boxes versus moving to the wireless one. Obviously this is a few years back when, it's like Andy, it's like, for city championship.
Right. Yeah.
Double, we were in the 16th inning and I came up and
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's great, man. I don't have any of those heroics in my sports repertoire, unfortunately. But so I tease you, but it's all in love.
But
oh yeah.
When it was a big thing though back then, the line that went when you went to either pay for national or American was Quincy. So East Side was us, Hispanics, African Americans, a few whites, and the other side was mostly white. So it was a big. When we played American League, man, it was like we got to whoop that ass, and sure enough, we did.
Yeah. We had something to prove.
We played. Yeah, we did. When we were 11, we played B's team and Darren DeBerry's team. I forgot what team that was, but your story, we were either tied or 1 run behind. Well, I laced one to like left center or right center. Anyway, I scored the winning runs, and in the paper the next day, they didn't reference my name. They said Julian Flores, and I was pissed. Julian Flores comes up and hits the winning, hit. And I'm like, no, it's not Julian. So I took the clipping that my mom gave me. I crossed his name out and put my name.
Wow.
I was like, come on, man, really?
Michael, you and I, we played on one team together. I wasn't as skilled as you guys. But what team was that?
The Braves.
The Braves.
The Braves. Okay.
It's either, yeah, it was Pee Wee and what? Yeah, it was a Pee Wee, and what was the next level? It was 8 years old was Pee Wee, and then there was another level before you get to Little League.
Like junior Pee Wee, and then Pee Wee, was it something like that? Yeah, I'm probably not the best.
I don't know. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But we used to practice at. We practiced. There was one team we were on that was there at Lakeside. Because that's how I think, one of the first few times I came into Andy's house was like from baseball practice. We walked over there. And then later we would practice over at Ash. So I don't know if that rings a bell for either of you two. And that could have just been the teams that I was on.
I know my dad and my uncle coached one of those teams. It could have been the team you and Pat, you were on. Oh, Farm League. Someone said Farm League.
Farm League. There you go. There it is. There you go. Farm League. Yeah.
Good job, Randy.
Thank you.
Pee-wee, then Farm
Way
League.
to go, Green.
Yeah. And I think Pee-wee was off the tee, correct?
Yep, that's it.
Right.
Yep, that's what it was.
It was off the tee.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now, I heard rumor back when, Alton was coaching us, our team, the Pirates, he would tell some of the players, all right, screw up during tryouts, miss the ball, just act, do badly. And of course, he would draft the kids that were damn good players. And I believe that's how I was able to win 4 or 5 championships in a row.
Right.
I'm like, he was cheating. I'm like, no, it's not cheating. He's a smart man,
Yeah. He was using all of his advantages.
And do you remember we used to play the Braves? And I'm not going to mention the name again, but there was a mother on the Braves team who would do that damn foghorn. I guess you don't remember, Drew, but I remember that damn horn. Oh, geez. It was annoying as hell.
Bother you?
Hey, but when I was 12, I don't know what reason Alton didn't start me. I was a damn good pitcher when I was in Little League, and he didn't start me in the first game. So I only got to pitch one game, the second game, and then we still end up winning the third game. So but anyway, that was a lot of fun. And then of course you got a junior Babe Ruth and senior Babe Ruth, and I was talking to Walt Taylor earlier, class of '82. And Andrew, you were in the Orioles with us.
Yeah.
Your dad and my dad coached the team. And
that's right.
Walt goes, he goes, this next guy gets on, I'm gonna hold the ball. I said, okay. And just stand on there and pretend. And as soon as he leads off, I'll tag him, and it worked. So Walt's he's always reminding me that. So I was like, hey, it worked. But I think I just talked to him earlier today. But he mentioned that. And I remember I was pitching a lot of times before I pitch, I wouldn't look at the plate. And right at the last minute, I'll look at the plate and throw the ball. It was my dad's cousin's son. He wasn't looking. He was looking back and getting signals. And when I let go of the ball, I'm like, oh, that's going to hit him. And it hit him right in the mouth. You may have been catching. I don't know if you were catching, but whoever was catching, he said when he hit that lip, blood just went. I'm like, oh,
yeah. I don't remember that, but yeah, I'm sure that's what would have happened. So,
man, and then we go, during the All-Stars, we play these small little towns, and our 12 and nearly 11, we went to state for the first time in the Little League team that went there. Of course, it was 1-2 barbecue. We lost the first 2 games, the 2 games, and we're put out. But Waco was fun. We enjoyed that trip. And then I think you guys went again the year after.
We went to Arkansas, Pinedale, or Pinecrest or something.
No, oh shit.
That was one year. One year we did go to Waco, and
Yeah, that's Little League.
yeah,
The other one was go ahead.
We played a Houston
Go ahead,
team,
brother.
and the dude was like 6 foot tall and just throwing BBs. Yeah, I don't know if
Well, you
anybody
mentioned-
got a hit off of him.
Well, our senior Babe Ruth, we went to Beaumont. That it was a city outside of Beaumont, and remember, you and I had roomed together at this family's house. Anyway, Arkadelphia. We went to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, and then we went to another one. Being with Arkadelphia, they had a boat, and we went to the Great Lake, and Little Raymond, and I forgot the other guy. We went skiing.
Oh.
Well, I remember the one kid, I forgot his name. He tried skiing for the first time. He fell off. He wouldn't let go of the rope. So the boat was dragging his ass.
Wait, was that Tony? Was that Tony?
I wasn't going to say. Yeah, it was him. We're yelling, let go of the rope.
Sorry,
Let go
Tony,
of the
if you're
rope.
listening.
Yeah. And I remember Little Raymond and Juanito, was that his name? They stayed at an old folks. They stayed. These people are like in their 50s. They were sitting at the table to eat breakfast. Well, he told me the dad was cracking eggs. One fell on the floor. Some bitch scooped it up and put it in the pan.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
But
Little extra flavor,
man. Those especially Arkadelphia, we faced a lot of guys that threw in their 90s. I mean, a lot of guys.
Crazy.
Those guys were humming, man. And during our football talk I did with B and Mo and those guys, they brought up a staccato and they brought up Wayne Dotson. Remember him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We faced him my junior year. He struck out like about 11, 13 of you guys. But the next year, you guys were ready. You guys just peppered them. We beat their ass. But I was telling them that year when Wayne Dotson was drafted by the Detroit Tigers, Roger Clemens was drafted a few picks after him. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So I'm not kidding. Wayne Dotson was drafted before Roger Clemens. I was like, damn. But anyway, those are fun. Now, Patrick, you played a little basketball, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on the team for up through I think my junior year, and then I stopped. The skinny kid with the big head. I wasn't getting much action, so it was better for me to work.
Yeah, I played till my sophomore year, and then everybody, outgrew me. 6 feet tall and all those guys.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing Gil Wright. That dude was phenomenal, man. That man can just leap, dunk flat-footed. I remember he played with us our freshman year, and it seemed like he rebounded and he'll just dribble it and score. Rebound it, dribble it and score. He would never pass the ball. He would just keep it.
Yeah. I mean, he was head and shoulders athletically, and that's what we talked about. My friends here get to talking about reliving high school years, and one of the things I shared was, at least growing up in Texas, is that the coaches there for football, for basketball, it was like there was not about development. They took the biggest, strongest, fastest cats, and that's what they roll with, because as I went off to school and got into the intramural leagues, once I started getting reps, then it was fun for me then, but riding the pine was not what's up,
Yeah. Texas takes their sports serious.
Oh yeah. I remember once I think it was Coach Brown, I think it was. He put the hey guys, let's just vote as a team. We can win. Or no, he said everybody can play or we can win. What would you like to do? So I think sophomore, freshman, something like, oh yeah, we want to win. Okay, well, if we want to win, then that means that these 5 guys are winning. I was like, wow, how about that? Coaches are back. It's just like, again, about winning. And then I saw I caught part of the show you did with Coach Tomlin and Coach Selke. And I remember working with Coach Selke. Wasn't he? He was 7th grade, yeah.
Yeah,
Coronado?
he was 7th grade, but he helped out. He helped on the varsity. But
Yes,
yes,
exactly. All the coaches, part of the
he was our
exactly part of
7th
the program.
grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told
That
the
was-
guys,
Michael.
it was Coach B's. Go ahead,
Did you
Drew. What?
did you work with me one summer for Coach Selke when we were?
I told him that story. Yeah. Yes, I told. Hey, Coach Selke, I said, I don't know if you remember this, but me and Andrew worked for you, and I did. I think after 1 or 2 houses, like I'm done. I'm like I didn't want to work. It was hard work, but yeah, we did. I think one of the Collins kids and McAdoo. I forgot the younger. I think it may have been David. They helped us.
Mhm.
They were on their crew as well. But yeah, him and Coach Upchurch did have a little roofing company. But I think he worked for him for a while. I did. I quit. I was like, nope, can't do this.
Yeah, I don't remember how long, but
I remember, Andy, you worked on a house. You worked on my neighbor's house, Miss Josie, across with Coach Selke. I remember y'all did that house across the street from me.
oh, did we?
Yeah. That was some tough work, man. My dad and our Mr. Brawley, the English teacher at Estacado, they had a roofing company in the summertime, and that meant I was an employee. I was a laborer first, and then when he brought on Braxton, and I went on strike, I protested. I'm like, hey man, you pay my boy, minimum wage. I'm getting like $2, man. You gotta, what's up?
Minimum wage for there was $2.50, man.
Well,
but 50 cents was a lot.
I want my change, man. That was 20% of my freaking hourly rate. I want my shit.
Hey, that was almost a tank of gas back then.
Exactly, bro. You hear me. So yeah, that was some tough work, man. That definitely
it is, man.
Encouraged my path to go off and go to school.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you literally had to put the shingles on your shoulder and climb up that damn ladder. I'm like, screw that. Screw that.
Mm-hmm.
That was tough,
I didn't
stripping those roofs, that was hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shit, I didn't work much. Hell no. And I remember it could have been our junior year. Remember Thomas Rios? He was a class of '82. His dad, I guess, was running a gin. And he went to my dad. He goes, hey, I want to give some of the workers a weekend off. This is during Christmas. So they can go Christmas shopping with the family. Where you're with me without work. He said, I'm gonna have Thomas and Luthez work. And I was like, no, Dad. He goes, no, you're gonna work this weekend. It was 2 12-hour shifts. I was like, hell no. But I had an easier job than Thomas and Luthez. Those guys literally got on top of the gin truck and vacuumed the cotton. And those guys said they were sore as hell. I'm like, no, I said, don't ever do that shit again, Dad. Nope. I don't work, man. Hell no. Hell no. But oh man, there's so many things we did back then, Drew. I mean, you and I snuck out a lot, and there were a few couple times we'll sneak out your dad's car and my dad's car. And the thing about Andrew, he lived off the street. If you guys recall, my house was in the back, and we had gravel. So me and Andrew were pushing, and Danny, and you could just hear that gravel, and it was like, oh shit! It was by my parents' window too. But hey, they didn't hear us. They didn't hear us, man. Oh, sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
Mom. And then there's some other things I could say about your house, Drew. But there's a couple of times I would knock and come over, and you were busy, and you know what I'm talking about. And
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not gonna share it, but you pay.
Completely innocent.
I don't know, Andy, man. I don't know this guy, man. He may be working for someone. He sure is just bringing up a lot of confidential and things that maybe should be left alone. I don't know, Andy. What do you think, man?
Oh, it's all water under the bridge, man.
Deep ass water.
Different life.
Oh, I just remember another story, Drew.
Uh-oh.
You and I, Susan Hansard, and I forget who the fourth girl was. Susan's I forgot her dad's name, but he was DPS, I think, or a sheriff. But anyway, he lent us his boat, so we took the boat to Lake Silverton, I think, right where the cliffs were.
Mackenzie.
McKenzie. We took it there, and we're about to put the boat in the water, and her dad came with sirens on. Oh, and when he stopped, he slid. And he's like, "Stop!" He forgot to put the plug in the boat.
Yeah.
He forgot to plug it in. So
Oh,
we
I
would
thought
have
y'all were in trouble.
that boat. No. He was saving his boat.
The first boat I ever bought, I did the exact same thing. I backed that sumbitch in the water,
Oh, shit.
and we got in the boat, and we're like, "Huh, why is this rising so high?" And then I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot the plug." So yeah,
Ooh.
some things never change.
No, not at all. Not at all. But oh man. I'm trying to think some other stories that involves us. I mean, besides that wreck and
Michael, you got to
I
have
mean,
some
it was-
stories of the bonfire days. You know, when we would go out and collect wood, and
yeah,
don't you remember that?
I don't remember. I mean, the only thing I remember is there a story behind this, Drew?
I don't know. You're the one with the memories, dude.
No,
I wait till you say them, and then
I
I,
know-
go,
I
"Oh,
know.
yeah, I
I-
remember that."
Wasn't there always some
no,
kind
I
of
don't. I
warning
don't
behind that?
remember.
Like,
I mean,
don't go
other
and
than that,
put
would you?
people's fence down. Don't go and raid their wood shed. There was certain criteria that everyone was supposed to follow, right? Because at one point I remember like someone yanking some planks off someone's fence, right? I'm not saying anyone of us was involved with that, but I think that was just like there were some parameters around what the bonfire, you know, high schoolers think about it. Hey, we're gonna make a big fire for the special event, and we need wood. Okay, there's some wood, you know.
Yeah, and we live in the plains of Texas, so there's not a whole lot to choose from.
Right, exactly. Other than like people's fences and stuff like that. Sheds.
Sorry, but your shit's going down.
It's the spirit of PHS.
We got a quota to meet.
Yeah, exactly. Like your fence is all ratted. It's all yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and take this away from you.
Exactly.
You need
It's
a new
all
fence
about
anyway.
about to fall down, you know.
We're all cutting
I know
cherry trees down.
I know we used to hide the stuff outside of town because the upper classes would steal it, our wood. So we used to try to find places to hide it. Now I did mention to the guys, the football players, our freshman year, the senior athletes, would haze us. They would catch each one of each individual and beat the hell out of them. And I evaded them until I remember, was it not Kevin Wood? What was Kevin's younger brother's name? It was class of '82.
Was it Robert or Eric?
No,
Eric.
He grabbed. Yeah. So it was awesome. Ernest Mosley. He saw me and he told Eric to come. Eric grabbed me from behind, and then Ernest says, "Oh, we finally caught your ass." He gave me about 4 or 5 hard punches. Oh, like, oh, son of a bitch. So I don't know who caught. Anybody catch you guys? Do you remember?
I don't remember ever being caught.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
if
Eric,
anybody's watching, you motherfuckers better not come after me now, because I got some skills.
Yeah, I think Eric and someone else, I don't remember who, I think they caught me up. It was like the last few days of school, and they caught me down there by the gym because I was probably doing something with the candy store, and they hemmed me up. They didn't put hands on me, but they hemmed me up in one of the lockers with my jacket. So I wasn't there long. Someone came and got me down. But yeah, they so
the fucking candy store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Cash Terry reminded that the seniors would turn the rings around and then pop you in the head.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and then Coach Tomlin mentioned to me that which was a very touching story. You know, the first year they went to state, and the first time they won district, and he said it's like the first time Plainview's ever won district, ever, and or at least 50 years. Well, he ended up giving the trophy to OT Ryan. I'm like, no shit, wow.
Wow.
I mean, here's a foot gave the trophy to Mr. OT Ryan, and I didn't. Of course, we were either seventh or eighth grade when that team played. So, but I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
damn,
Oh wow,
that was pretty cool.
That's an interesting
So,
story. Yeah.
So back to the Buccaneers days, Pat. You mentioned, we'll go to Corpus. I only got to go one trip my freshman year because my sophomore year I was playing ball with Andrew and them.
Yeah.
Jeannie mentioned to me they used to tape the doors at night. I'm like, really? I didn't know that. They would tape it so that way if you open it.
Oh yeah, if you actually, there were definitely some curfew regulations up there. Yeah, for sure. And I think by the time because we did our freshman year, and that was when we marched the big band, and then we went back. We changed our sophomore year to the corps style, which had a few members. And then that's kind of the hybrid style we kind of moved with through forward, and then we went back our senior year. So that was fun. I remember that at the parade grounds when we were all waiting, that we were positioned directly across from this school from Houston. It was Madison, which was is, and I think it's probably still is predominantly. African American minorities there, and it just blew my mind. This is a whole black man. I didn't know this is. In Plainview, I was doing my thing. So it was just it was different. We had a small population of classmates there.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, that's where like the band trips to the other the parties after the game with the other band. Getting to see other people, young people my age, then that's actually I'm somewhat ashamed to say, but it worked out okay. That was one of the reasons that I attended North Texas State. I went there. So you guys remember Rod Fennell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old enough. Yeah. So he was attending North Texas State. He invited me down. So for the senior, I guess it was. Supposedly, I'm remembering this backwards. This may not be true. That seniors were allowed a day or some time, supposedly, to go and visit colleges that they were interested in. Most of the time, the senior class, it would be a senior skip day or something like that. Well, regardless of how that played out, this is how I framed it with my family. Like, oh, I need to go to Denton to check out North Texas. Well, you're not missing. So we negotiated. I got there on the Saturday that they were hosting at the time one of the largest Black Greek shows in the 5-state region. So I thought North Texas State was a Black school. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to that school. I've never seen so many Black people in my life. So when I get to campus in the fall, I'm like, where's all the brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Like, no, man.
Where are all the white people?
About 5 to 7%. I'm like, that's Plainview. What are you talking? I came through the Greek shows, like, oh, dude. Denton at the time was like 20,000. The population grows up to like 40,000 people at the time. You came to get the impression of the school. You came at the wrong time.
Yeah.
It was still funny. Great university, but had to take care of baby girl.
Funny you said that. I was a stage band. It's either my junior or senior year. We went to either Austin or Houston, for competition, stage competition, and that's when Coach Jerry Killian was our stage band director.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we were good, but then you mentioned African Americans. There was a group from Houston. I mean, brother, these guys were amazing. I mean, like jazz players, and all of us were going, what? We're competing against these guys? No way. Who's that family? Who's that African American family? Marcellus?
Yeah, the Marcellus family, exactly. Wynton,
Yeah,
Earl.
I
There's like
could
a
have.
brother, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could have swore one of them was in that band, or was all of them. I mean, these. I'm telling Pat, it was just. I mean, it's us, and then you have these professionals. I mean, it was amazing watching those guys play. I was like, shit. I said, we ain't gonna win nothing here. Nope, 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 nope. You know, speaking of band, marching. You know, we like you said, Patrick, we were there. You know, we were able to march 4 years. We were the first freshmen to be in the marching band, and I never made a mistake. I mean, I never made a mistake. And remember, on Mondays, OT would show the film, and if anyone screwed up, he'd call you out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yep.
our last game that we marched our senior year, I stopped 5 yards too short of where I was supposed to stop, and I'm like, ah, shit, OT's gonna rag my ass on Monday. But either he was cool about it or he didn't see it. But that was the only mistake I ever made in marching band, was the last damn game. And then I think Jeannie and I were talking in Fanchon. You know, there's Jeannie got pelted with tomatoes, and I said, I think it was either Coronado or Amarillo High that we were getting ready to march. Someone threw a hot dog at me and hit me, and I saw who it was. Man, I almost tried to climb to get up there and whoop that boy's ass. So I mean, I was mad. I was like, yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
you had to have some assholes, you know.
Exactly. Well, you know, another band, something about band that I took with me was that it truly showed me appreciation for you know, a variety of music. One, I talked earlier about, you know, our limited access to music. You know, I think we got FM stations later, or at least it came into my awareness later. Otherwise, it was AM, so pop music. Okay, that's what I know. And then being in the band, so we had, remember, we would have those paid assemblies, and so you had a choice. You either pay your 50 cents to go to the assembly, or you had to go to study hall because, you know, you didn't pay. So my approach was, if there was a paid assembly, you always, you know, you drop your 3/4, you were going to go. There was a band, it was a country and western band. I'm like, oh, cool. This will be a chance for me to nap and, you know, not be in class and not to focus. And these guys, this was a, you know, mixed group. These artists got up there and started freaking jamming, and it told me, I'm like, I don't play the fiddle, but I know how hard it would be to do that, and that person is freaking talented. I don't play the mandolin, but I know how hard it is to do that, and that person is jamming. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you your prop as a musician. And then, you know, I kind of walked away. I'm like, wow, you know what? I thought I dislike country and western music. I don't. It's like, it's just not part of what I listen to on a daily basis. But if someone's jamming, I can appreciate it. And that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the B-52s, and then going down to Denton, which it was the #1 jazz school, I think, in the U.S., and it's probably still highly rated. So there was a lot of influx of musicians there as well. So just on a random street corner at a bar at a college, you know, symposium, there were, you know, I had access to musicians, and it was just like, dude, that was amazing. North Texas at the time, there were, as you remember, the drinking age had always been 18. Well, for me, I turned 59 I was born in 67. I turned 59 in May. So I'm a little ahead of Andrew and behind you, Michael. So in that time frame, when I hit 18, you know, of course, I got the drink. Well, the next year, in 2 years, they raised it to 20, but I had just turned 20. and when they finally raised it to 21, I was 21. I say that to say that I was at North Texas, obviously 18. North Texas, there was two schools in the state of Texas that had a bar on campus. One obviously was North Texas, and the other was Texas A&M. So I used to go there.
Really?
The Rock Bottom Lounge. Yep. No hard liquor. You could get beer there. But yeah, we had alcohol was served on campus in the student union.
No shit. I should have gone there. By the way, someone's asking me what cigar I'm smoking. I'm smoking a Cohiba. It's not a Cuban, but it's Cohiba. But so it's a damn good cigar. But yeah, I remember when the age changed, but once I became legal to drink, and it didn't affect me anymore because when it went to 21 it was a few years later. And
Exactly. I never missed out. I never had the right taken from me. Yes. Yeah. Same here.
We kind of rode that wave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it was pretty cool. The one.
Some Facebook user, again, if you're not logged in, we don't see you. They said they ran the candy store. I presume this was before Patrick B. Smith got there, because me and Andy, we were holding it down.
Oh, I remember the candy store. Yeah. Oh, right there's the gym foyer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was run by the student council.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think that was Randy who said that.
Randy Roberts.
Randy Green.
Randy Green.
Yeah, because he ran it after we left.
Okay.
So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, guys, if you comment, write your name afterwards, because all we read is Facebook user. So if you write your name after your comment, we would appreciate it. That way we'll know who said it. But someone said, "Gotta be by Alvin and Austin." I guess if you're talking.
Again, I think that was Randy, because I think Randy and I were on the same team.
So we got beat by Crockett. When I was 12, we got beat by Crockett and I forgot the other team. But what's funny is when we played Borger, Andrew, you were on that team, were you? No, you were on that 12-year All Stars when you were 11.
Yeah.
Went to Borger to play, and of course we won that game to move us to state. There was these trains on the back of the field, and it was a black heart, and the name in white was called Negro Mex. I kid you not. The name of the cart was called Negro Mex. I'm like, oh really, guys? They saw us coming. I guess they had to park the trains out there.
Oh really? Oh wow!
Yeah. So I don't know if they did that intentionally, but I remember Negro Mex. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
maybe it's a fresh paint of fresh paint. Who knows? But
wow.
Oh, dude, those I remember. Those All-Star. It was pretty intense. And there's one either junior or senior Babe Ruth. It could have been senior. We played some team, and they're most of the fields are 300 on the corners, 400 in the center. This one field was almost like Little League. So all my guys, including Andrew, we're all hitting home runs.
Okay.
So, is that Kim in the background? Kim, say hey, Kim.
Yeah, she's
Ganado. Yes, Ganado. Hey, write your name. Yeah, Ganado beat us. It was Crockett and Ganado that put. I think. All right, whoever said that, was Ganado the one who put us out, or was it Crockett? I think it was Ganado that may put us out. So, but I remember Alton wouldn't let us throw any curveballs. He says, "No, we're going to ruin your arms. Don't throw any curves or drops or nothing." And guess what we faced when we played in state? All these kids were throwing curves and shit. That's, I mean, I was like, come on, Alton. But may you rest in peace. Oh, Peter Vera. What's up, Pete? Man, I wish you would join us, man.
What's up, Pete?
It is. What up?
Yeah, he was on that team.
It was interesting. You were talking about Borger. Anytime, once I moved out here, because I went to school in the Metroplex and I started working there. If someone asked me, where are you from? I said Dallas. It was just, easier. And then it was like, oh, well, I grew up in Houston, or I know Austin, or well, I'm like, okay, well, I'm from a smaller town up near Lubbock and Amarillo. So I met with the new financial planner about a month ago, and got to tell her my story, and she's like, "Oh yeah, what part?" So as it turns out, she's from Bourke. So it was
That's cool.
you know, I get blown away whenever I meet someone like that. And last year, my wife and I, we went to Lisbon for our 15th anniversary.
Nice.
And we were it's a great time. If you ever get a chance, you should definitely check it out. Not that expensive either. We went we were in the elevator and struck up this conversation with this lady, and she was a real estate agent that was from Lubbock and had retirement property, I guess, or something like that. Well, she was in Plainview. So it's like I'm, on the other side of the world, and I meet someone from, the Southwest Plains,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Dre, before you leave, anyway, someone said first batter, Randy Green said first batter, first pitch off hip in Pine Bluff, went over the fence, Randy Green. And then Bama wins 88-82. But Monterey, our junior year, were I think the first team to double dip Monterey in Coach Magel's career.
Yeah.
And
he hated us.
Yeah. So my freshman year, I tried to be a walk-on at what's that JUCO school, junior college in
LCC,
Big Spring. No, I went to Big Spring. But anyway, the catcher, Rick Dillman, he was a year older than us. Rick Dillman and the catcher were there too, and they found out I was from Plainview. They told us when they got back to Lubbock after we double dipped them, Coach Magel ran them to death. He says he was embarrassed that we beat them in the doubleheader, and it made those guys run until they puked. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But anyway,
by silly old Plainview, you scrubs.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember Magel was complaining about the umpire, and there was one umpire, Orville. Remember Orville, Drew?
Oh my God!
Orville?
Yes.
Yeah, he goes. He even mentioned Orville. What's Orville? He should be umpiring his game. So, but anyway, Magel was not happy that we beat him twice.
Wasn't it part of
anyway,
that? Our sports rivalries that we ended up building and having. Wasn't it because we were like the smallest? We barely made it into 4A.
Barely made the 5A. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it turned into 5A. Yeah, we were 4A first, and then eventually, before we left, we moved to 5A. Right? Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, our freshman and sophomore year, our district included Borger and Dumas and and Amarillo teams.
Oh yeah.
And then I think,
right.
and then to our junior year,
that's when we went to 5A, probably, wasn't it?
Yeah, could be, but there was Monterey and Coronado and those teams.
Lubbock High, the Westoneers, the Sandys.
Yeah, Tascosa.
Yep.
But Lubbock High, they were our bitches. We used to spank their asses all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, Drew, you need to run, brother?
Yeah, guys, I gotta tap out.
Yep. I'm gonna make it 2 here. But I had a good chat, man. Good to see you.
Enjoyed it. Yeah.
It was good seeing you guys.
Yeah, go knuckle to yourself.
And Drew, I'll see you in about 4 weeks.
About a month.
Guys, thank y'all for joining me. All right, brother.
Take care. Enjoyed it.
Stay good.
Peace out.
Hey, peace.